Hello. Welcome to the Patreon exclusive edition of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm the hardest working man in comics, Victor Dandridge.
I'm Ryan, king of Comic Town.
What is about to happen is I'm going to eviscerate this book, X-Men number 3, by Jonathan Hickman and Leinil Francis Yu.
And I'm going to be reading it for the first time.
If you guys watched the free show, you know that I didn't like this book. And Rye offered very kindly that we should make this the Patreon issue.
Because we don't slag stuff.
We don't.
To get views.
No, far from.
Yeah.
Far from. If we're going to cut something down, it's because at our core, as comic book fans, we feel like it earned it.
Yeah.
As a comic book fan and creator, I believe this book earns it. Now, a little backstory. I've noticed on Twitter that there have been some sentiments shared by Mr. Hickman that he is in fact trying to get fired from his job writing the X-Men.
It's got to be joking, right?
Of course. Like, who tries to get fired? Like,
Yeah.
It's the X-Men,
Yeah.
right? Like, you get free reign on the X-Men and you want to get fired? Like, why? Are you crazy? Like, what is this? There have been editors that have chimed in. It's like, no, actually, he's not joking. Like, he's totally trying to get fired. And, like, I even saw something today that was like, give us what we want. No. Oh, we love you. Give us what we want. No. Oh, we hate you. Give us what we want. No. Oh, we love you. So maybe in some way, shape, or form, this is kind of that.
Maybe.
I did not ask for this. I do not want this at all. At all. No.
I'm so ready to read this.
Oh, God. Here we go. The Savage Land, Krakoan Harvest Center, Field 8. We've got some characters recognizing that one of the gates is acting strangely.
Yeah.
Making some weird popping sound. And the character Pixie, one of the new X-Men, new generation X-Men. And I don't know this other guy. I didn't read the new X-Men run. But I've seen him. Like, it's a kind of reptilian...
Savage Dragon.
Something. Yes. So a group of people come through, some hooded, all of them wearing masks.
It's very steampunky.
Very steampunky, very, what is it like? What's the doctor thing?
The Plague Doctor?
Thank you. Plague Doctor-ish. So yeah, steampunk Plague Doctor. Hashtag gearheads.
They look kind of cool.
Right?
Like, I'm not...
Like
I'm like, okay.
Right. Like, I'm like, okay, what is this? I'm just curious. They come in and they're asking, is this Kansas? Doesn't look much like Kansas, and I would know. I got into trouble in Kansas once. When you open up about Kansas, I'm like, all right, let's see where we're going. Pixie is like, no, this isn't Kansas. This is Krakoa. You're in the Savage Land. Now, when I first read that, I was like, that's a weird statement.
Yeah.
That is a very weird statement. What do you mean we're in the Savage Land and we're Krakoa? I thought Krakoa was somewhere else, not in the Savage Land.
It's its own island.
Right. So I was like, weird, question mark, but I'll put a pin in it. She says, we grow flowers here. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Guy says, hey, I don't recognize you guys. You mutants new to the island? This person says, new? Yes. Mutant? Bad news on the boulevard, kids. And they spray them with some sort of liquid material that seems to gelatinize, not necessarily harden because it's still drippy.
Yeah. But they're frozen.
Yeah, they're caught. I mean, Pixie can only muster a Y, and one of the ladies or person says, "Why isn't?" Or that's obvious, isn't it, dear? We just love the S word out of flowers.
S word.
S word.
Not
what the word is. S
actually
word.
says S word. But all right, so I thought that only mutants could go.
Not only that, only certain mutants.
Yeah.
There are mutants that can't. Kitty Pryde can't. So, like, the whole tone of Marauders is because she can't travel through. So, we're actually on Krakoa now. Not the Savage Dragon land that you described before. I'm still mad you call it Savage Dragon. It's so terrible. We're at the location of the Quiet Council. So that's where the leaders all gather together to have some convo about what's up. So we see it's Cyclops and Jean showing up. Or I'm sorry, Cyclops and Emma showing up right now, which I do think is very interesting because Jean is already there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this was fun. They're like, okay, all right, we're here. What's gone wrong now? And Magneto's like, something truly unexpected. Please have a seat.
Go on.
All right.
If Magneto's alarmed.
Their stuff.
Yeah.
Their stuff. So Cyclops comes up and he kind of squeezes up on Jean. And there's something about this that if you read it just right, it's kind of like, hey, I know I was with my girlfriend, but what's up, wife? How you doing?
Yeah.
I know you can read my mind, but listen, don't for the next 15, 20 minutes while I forget what I was just doing. I don't know. This is something kind of creepy about the way he grabbed her.
Yeah, it's her body language, and then also what she says to Emma as Emma's walking by.
Right? This is so bad. Because he's like, wait, well, Scott's like, wait, I feel like something's wrong. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
I smell smoke. Is there fire? Like, what? She's like, yeah, we're about to send you out. Something's wrong with the island. So, yeah, she starts going with Emma. Nice of you to show up. I don't know, like, has Emma been missing lately? It seems kind of out of nowhere.
It feels real, like...
Very catty. Emma says, in with the wind, not a hair out of place. Top class breeding. Gotta love her. She says, or Jean says, gotta tell you, I love those shoes. Is Jean being catty?
I think
so too. She definitely becomes catty. Wait,
Yeah.
You're not even ready. Emma says, why, thank you, Jean. I would offer to let you borrow them, but I think you're a couple sizes too small. I want you to experience that line right there.
That's so kind of you. I'm not big on borrowing things. That's really more... really more of a you kind of thing, isn't it?
So we had many questions on the fact that on the Summers house on the moon, Wolverine had a place with Scott and Jean. Is there a standing agreement that Scott gets Emma too? Is this the utopian of mutant society coupling thing? Tripling? Quadrupling? What are we working with here? I don't even know.
Stop dating mind readers.
I mean, man, dude, it's not a good look. So Emma, so very catty, goes, ha ha, I deserve that. Want to get a drink later? And Jean's like, sure, you're paying. Like, okay.
If I'm Scott Summers, I'm sweating.
Hard.
I'm
okay?
sweating really hard right now.
Emma, of course, says, I always do. All right, now that we're here, someone want to explain why I have this headache. Now, we get the expositional breakdown of what's going on. There's a suspected forced seizure of Krakoan Gate that has caused Krakoa itself incredible discomfort. This has resulted in several unexpected, abnormal island disturbances. Number one, the wildlife has gotten more aggressive. Number two, it has actually shrunk a little bit. Only a little bit, like 0.0001%, or roughly 158 square feet. However, it has happened.
Yeah.
Black Tom Cassidy felt it, right? Beast double-checked the math and was like, yeah, it did. It's crazy. And all the telepaths within the localized manifestation of the island are currently experiencing an increased level of psychic assault or consumption. So apparently, Krakoa, if left to its own devices, will eat 2 mutants a year.
But, yeah.
Now, I think that should be lessened because in, like, the first issue, they fed him Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Which, considering Sabretooth has a healing factor, there should be an ongoing feeding process. Maybe that's just me and the way I'm thinking about things, but that's the continuity that you set up. That's all I'm saying. But apparently there's been some things set in place where through everyone being on the island, everyone gives a little bit of themselves to Krakoa to keep it going. In order to make sure of it, this is the thing that I thought was weird. They said, let's see, two mutants who share similar limitations as the island, mutants who feed on mutants, Selene and Implate, have been tasked to observe the levels of psychic depletion among the island's mutant population. Mutants who feed on mutants. Does Rogue not count? Is that not a feeding? Is that like a siphoning? So it's not quite the same?
Maybe.
She doesn't get sustained by it?
She doesn't need to do it to live.
Right.
So maybe...
What about Sauron?
Oh.
Would he be one?
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know either. It does say that similar protocols are used for the two of them as well. But, okay, that's cute. So, something has taken over one of the gates, and Krakoa is acting poorly because of it. All right, so on the island,
Oh my gosh. I can see the next page.
these figures have gelatinized everyone, right? Says that's the last two. Not much fighting them. I think these might have been the peaceful mutants. They're flower children, which I feel is kind of disrespectful.
Yeah,
Like
a little bit.
some of these kids, like as the New Mutants team, I thought they fought some folks.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's just me. All right. This person says, all I see is soft, soft, soft. Given that, I would have thought the mutants would have had slightly more spirited security. Then we get into the jokes. Somebody says, what? No, I don't get Social Security.
Oh my gosh.
Wait. Social Security. They're taking off masks to reveal that they are all elderly ladies. All of them. Mind you, we've already established that none of them are mutants. So how they're using a Krakoan gate is, I don't even know. How they are beating trained mutants, where I guess what they have is a gun that shoots this stuff. Like, nobody saw it. Like, was that not part of the Danger Room protocols? If somebody gets shot with stuff and they stop moving, don't get shot with the stuff.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's a thing. And considering the notion that they were harvesting flowers, which is the core product of your ascendancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely have better security than this.
Yeah.
Like, I would think maybe a high tier something.
Maybe not Savage Dragon Kid.
No, but maybe I don't know. X-23 should be there.
Yeah.
Put X-26. I don't even care. I don't even know if that exists. Put it over there. A couple of them. You can make a bunch of them. And all they're supposed to do is just protect the flowers. Okay.
I shouldn't have started reading ahead.
No. What'd you find? Go ahead. Let's tell us.
Oh my gosh.
Tell us.
The oh my gosh. I don't even. All right. So they're having this conversation that I think starts out as a joke about one of them not being able to hear so well.
Right.
And then they, like, oh my gosh. All right. So where they did the S word thing earlier, we now have D word,
Mm-hmm.
B word,
Mm-hmm.
D word again.
Mm-hmm.
I think, is she giving the 2-finger salute, or is that she like mimicking? Because like one of them apparently has quit smoking and now they're chewing gum.
Right.
I
I think that's more of a cigarette thing.
Yeah, and then like one of them got left for a younger woman, but like the one's like 71 or 81, so I mean
Right.
it's not that. Oh my god!
But the husband that left her
Yeah.
died in a car crash before he could file the divorce papers. So she gets his Social Security because that was the joke. The joke was that she gets Social Security.
Yeah.
She says she doesn't. Well, what she says is that she doesn't get Social Security of her own. She gets her dead husband's because they never got divorced.
Yeah,
And so because his Social Security was higher than hers, she gets his and she doesn't get it.
Walter should have just signed those papers because we wouldn't be here then.
We really would not. And I think things would be so much better.
This is weird. It's like it's like a joke, and in the sense of like someone came up with this idea, like when Grant Morrison would come up with some completely asinine group of characters,
Yeah.
and like this, it's 4 elderly women
Yes.
who apparently, because they're for flowers. That's what I know so far.
Yes.
They've taken down.
An entire X team. Granted, it's a younger team, but it's kids with powers, with training, taken down by these ladies who look like some very fun cosplayers. Very fun cosplayers. So, the Outback. This is amazing. So, it's Sebastian Shaw, Cyclops, and Emma Frost.
Wrecking Crew.
Right? I mean, you got a lot of power here.
Yeah.
Okay? You got literally the first X-Man.
Yeah.
And then 2 members of the Hellfire Club. Okay? All 3 members of the Quiet Council. Power.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's call it what it is. So they break it down and say, okay, we're having an issue. So they take a Krakoan gate to the Outback in Australia.
Yeah.
And this is the moment where it starts to get super damn dumb. You've got Emma that's going, exactly how's this work? Emma? I don't mean to tell you about your life, but you're
Yeah.
you're a telepath. Asking questions of how don't make sense because anyone that you would ask, you could just look.
Yeah.
Like legit just look. And I would like to think that Emma Frost is a character that does not move until she understands why she's supposed to. Because she's going to choose whether or not she wants to do it or not.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of, that's her. I digress.
How do they not, because I read ahead, how do they not know if you're, who is the mutant that jumps out at you when you go to the Australian outback?
There's only one I can think of.
Right. So how do they not know?
I can understand Sebastian not knowing.
Yeah.
Sebastian, you've not been a part of the X-Men, so you don't know squat.
Yeah.
Emma should 100. You taught at the Institute. You should absolutely know who they're going to go see, and it's Gateway.
Yeah.
If we can't use the Krakoan Gate to get to the Savage Land, let's use Gateway to take us to the Savage Land.
Yeah.
Boom, easy peasy, makes sense. But the notion that they are setting this up to explain it this way, weird.
Yeah. It's not
so
needed.
weird. It's not. It's not needed at all, unless it was Sebastian Shaw asking.
Yeah,
and
but
then,
it's not.
Right. It's mostly Emma asking. Although, granted, like it is Sebastian that says, "Why did we come here to do this?" And there you go. So Gateway teleports them to the Savage Land, where they immediately find the four ladies picking flowers. Emma says, "We've been invaded by octogenarians." That's unexpected. And it's so bad. Don't read ahead. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it at all. Cyclops says, "Ladies, you've caused a bit of a ruckus. Would you mind introducing yourself?" And they say, "Yeah, we're horticulture." And Sebastian's like, "Horticulture?"
No, horticulture. No one wants to hear about all those whoring around in Kansas Augusta did. Oh my God, Jesus.
That's right. That's right. And Augusta is the young one. She says, "I like married men and taking their things. It's not my fault they sometimes die in car crashes." She's a pip. Speaking of unsavory women, this one looks like a tart. She dresses like an S word with a serious P word problem. What is the P word in this one?
I don't know. There's a couple options that.
Right? And she says, "You need to wash yourself, girl." And they, like, Sebastian and Cyclops stifle laughter.
All right, that part's actually pretty funny.
Right. Oh, okay, I guess this does answer my question later. So, Emma says, "I won't fight old women." And their minds are shielded somehow. She says that telepathically to the others. So, okay, that at least explains that one moment. I forgot that part. So, she leans over to Scott and says, "So, dear, if you could hit these ladies harder than you normally would, it would only make me love you more." Okay, let's break down this whole line of dialogue. One, she is speaking to Cyclops with a very romantic tone.
Yeah.
There is a phrase here that I can see is going to get someone in trouble. If you could hit these ladies harder than you normally would.
How hard do you normally
hit ladies? In 2019, I think that's a line that probably should have been.
Oh, is it like that from the first Deadpool movie where he's like fighting those people? Like, is it more sexist?
I think it's but
I think still
probably shouldn't.
The phrasing, it's kind of. But good thing we have Sebastian Shaw here.
Yes. Oh my gosh, he introduces himself, and we turn the page and we see that he's about to make a deal.
Yeah.
He's like, "Look, I'm the head of the Hellfire Trading Company, and we basically like manage all of the stuff that you're trying to steal right now. Like, and we can't quite let that work out that way. Like, let's try to work out a deal here. Let's figure this out." Let's see. What's his specific thing is, we want to know how you first broke into our closed system of transit.
Yeah.
We need to know how you did that. And, we've got a you get what you want, some of our product, without the stigma of theft. Like, we're going to give it to you, and you tell us how you were able to break in.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we want. So then we can upgrade our security, what have you.
Fair exchange.
Clearly, there's an issue that how can we trust each other? You're clearly thieves.
Yeah.
It's what you do, and you don't know us. So what do you say we make a deal? What does he get? He gets shot in the face.
With the green goo.
With the green goo.
Sorry.
Edith yells, hit him with the gas, Lily. Which
So
Lily's like, already done, Edith. Like, I did that.
okay.
Whatever powers this creep has are neutralized. They say that out loud.
Yeah.
Whatever powers this creep has are neutralized.
And they're stomping him. They're
They are legit beating him down. Like, we're talking American History X beat down. If there was a curb, Sebastian Shaw would be biting it. All of the sudden, the ladies are blasted away,
Oh,
and Scott is closing the port on his visor and says, "Please step away from the aristocrat. I know he's an insufferable bore, and normally I'd let you ladies work, but he's our insufferable bore. So now I have to work." Which I was like, that's a little bit of dope dialogue on Scott. Oh snap! He even does a cool ricochet off of one chick's floating chair to hit another person.
pretty good.
Then somebody tries to snuff him from behind, and he turns around and lets loose another blast in a smooth sort of fashion.
Yeah. This is pretty cool Cyclops
Right?
stuff. I'm usually not a fan of his character, but this is really nice.
This is
nicely
dope.
written.
He says, "Are we done now?" This one woman is, "Oh God, oh Lord, oh sweet Jesus." He says, "Damn it." He's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "My hip. You broke my hip."
Dang it.
He's like, "Okay, hold still." And I,
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. So she hits him with the green ooze, splooge, gelatin. Oh, God damn it. How... Cyclops is not a rookie.
he's not.
He's the exact opposite.
And that's such a rookie move. Like, okay. Again, I can't help but compare this whole thing to Grant Morrison's run. The riot at Xavier's.
Yes.
Was so dope because we had Cyclops take charge just like this.
Yeah.
To the point where he is grading the students as he is shooting them and breaking them on purpose.
Yeah.
Knowing full well that they have a healer on deck. So
Yeah.
he's not hurting anyone too badly. Why did he feel the need? Like, they know they have healers. He could have been like, "Oh, you broke my hip. We have a healer. You'll be fine."
Yeah.
I wouldn't shoot him with the goo though, or else you're done.
Yeah.
Like, that's a leader. That's Cyclops. Cyclops should have been like, "Look, you came here. I'm not worried about your hip.
You're trespassing.
This is what you shot my man. Like, you shot my man and y'all started stomping him. Nah, this is what you get." Not to mention the fact that when I was telling y'all, like, look, ordinarily I would let you. You tried to sneak me in the back of the head. Nah, you get what you get, homegirl. You get what you get. Don't start none. Won't be none. So this woman declares, after shooting him in the face, or the other one declares, "Stupid boy, we do water aerobics and yoga 4 days a week at the YMCA. Our instructor's name is Sven. He's from Sweden and in better shape than you are."
This is
So what?
this is word for word.
I don't understand how that suddenly means that you can beat one of the best trained mutants of all time with tomfoolery. Tomfoolery.
It's pocket sand. Like, that's just
What? Okay. So then there's the declaration. "Enough! What is wrong with all of you?" says Emma Frost, now in her Diamond Heart form. What is that supposed to do?
apparently the goo apparently shuts off mutant powers. So
So you want to show them all the things that you can't do in a few minutes.
yeah.
Okay. So one of the ladies decides to monologue and explain that the mutants are the problem. You mutants are screwing up our plan. Even though we are human, horticulture,
So
like you, has a problem with what mankind has done to this planet. We are, all of us, radical botanists, gardeners with the gift of the green thumb, who are committed to returning this world to its proper state. The four of us have collectively spent more than 200 years working for the world's best agrochemical and biotech companies. Do you have any idea what is going on inside of some of these places? It's offensive. They sold us on feeding the world, but what they are really doing was using our gifts to create seedless slave plants that could no longer reproduce. They replaced God's perfect cycle of death and rebirth with just death, so they can sell more product each year in the name of wealth and consumption. So these people, in their horrible ways, are selling flowers that just die. And it upset these ladies.
It's upsetting.
Because the flowers die in order to get you to buy more flowers. These horrible companies. Well, after a while, we figured out what to do with our fellow scientists, and we knew what to do with these evil institutions. What they did was they used the scientists to now grow new flowers.
It's a pretty disturbing image.
It really kind of is. Like, these grandmas do not bake cookies, and if they do, don't eat them.
Don't eat the cookies.
Don't eat them at all. For the last 2 years, we very carefully sown the horticulture seeds in with theirs, and in 10 years, we will control all of the world's food supply.
They're going to be dead. Like,
but at least one of them is 81 years old at this point.
Yeah, that person's
91, they're going to be world dominant. The youngest at the time will be 74. World dominant. We will decide what grows and what does not. We will decide who eats and who starves. Which, I won't lie, we're still arguing over. Opal says the future should belong to the children. Lily's never cared much for kids. And Edith says kill them all. I like Edith.
Yeah, it's a straight shooter with upper management written all over.
Facts. Me, I go back and forth. Regardless, what we are sure of is that when we activate the horticulture seed, this world will return to its natural state. An Earth with 7 billion fewer people on it. At least that was our plan. But then you showed up with your living island, an expansive biome beyond our current understanding that could very well circumvent our plans. The good news is that the good old human ingenuity is alive and well, and it didn't take us too long to hack it.
What?
So these four ladies have done something that the United Governments of Man have not figured out how to do. You're talking your Avengers, you're talking your Wakandans. None of them have figured out how to hack these things. But these four ladies not only have figured it out, they didn't do so aggressively.
What?
Anytime we like, we can interrupt its normal functions and take control of your method of transit, which, I will not lie, is a boon for us. But remapping its adaptive mutant genome has proven to be elusive, so we needed more samples than what we could get from a gateway. And now we have them. They're saying all this as they're packing up, getting ready to leave. Because Emma is just watching as they walk away.
Yeah.
Just watching as they walk away. So let's see. So we will work to see what makes Krakoa tick, and we will either convince it to support our good works or find a way to bend it to our will. And if it can do neither, then we'll find a way to pluck it like the weed it is. You can bet your A word on that. And they leave. To which Emma says, just so you know, Gateway, speaking to the teleporting mutant, you were a lot of help. What was he supposed to do? Did you want him to maybe go teleport in some other people? Because you didn't tell him to do that. If you told him to do that, I bet he would have.
Yeah.
Because clearly these ladies are a threat. If they touch him, he can't go anywhere either. So, yeah, I can see him leaving. If you got access to Gateway, why can't you freaking go get Doug Ramsey? Because he's a teleporter. Maybe Gateway can only... No, that's not true. Gateway can teleport anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. So, back on Krakoa, Emma, with a beat-up Sebastian Shaw, declares to the rest of the Quiet Council that we have a bit of a problem. And that's how... Oh, I'm sorry. There's a little bit of info. Horticulture is a collaborative group of like-minded agrochemists, biotechnologists, and bioengineers who specialize in the genetic manipulation of and propagation of all things botanical. They're a bunch of old poison ivies, okay? That's what this is. Their goal is the radical depopulation of humanity and the return of the planet to what they would consider a more pristine state. Beyond genetic modifications believed to have been made to themselves, unconfirmed outside of a documented resistance to telepathy, the women of horticulture are experts at manipulating the environment to suit their extinction agenda. While it is unknown if there are more than 4 members of horticulture, the known existing members, are Augusta, agrochemist, 64 years old, best friends with Opal. That's important.
Yeah.
Opal, bioengineer, 68 years old, best friends with Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
Just established. Lily Limas, sorry, I'm giving the last name on that one. Lily, geneticist, 71 years old, thinks she's best friends with Opal, but isn't. And Edith, botanical engineer, 81 years old, don't need friends, don't want them. The Green Thumb is a mobile base of operations designed and built by Edith. It is currently located in Sedona, Arizona, but will move when the current lunar cycle completes. What the crap? What is this? Let's see. Ladies are attacking with a liquid goo. They are seemingly resistant to concussive blasts. Mm-hmm. Definitely resistant to telepathy.
Yep.
I would immediately send Gateway to go get Magneto and rip apart all of their little steampunky action. Like, look, you stay over there, shut the hoses down on their little gun thingy, so then we can have a conversation with them. Because they keep shooting people, and it's supposed to be taking away their powers. It better be taking away their powers. Because if it's only a matter of, oh, we're telling you it's taking away your powers, and you believe it, I'm going to slap you. I swear I will slap the crap out of you.
I guess so much for the mutants not taking humanity's crap anymore. So they were able to have... Oh my gosh, there's so much to unpack.
Yeah.
So what Mr. Sinister has been unable to do...
Yes. They can. These ladies who are collectively maybe as old as Sinister can do what he can't.
Yeah.
The guy that basically created bioengineering to house genomes of full-blown the mutant population cannot figure out how to crack a Krakoan gateway, but these ladies did.
Would you appreciate this more if it were Golden Girls X-Men crossover?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Because I could get with that. And I think that's basically what this is.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Like, it's literally the X-Men versus Golden Girls. You got Augusta, who is Blanche, right? She's the loose one. That's what they talked about,
yeah.
Right? You got Edith, who is, what's the mom's name? What's the mom?
Sophia.
Thank you. That's her, right? Like, it's here. It's absolutely here, you know, but it's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, like, had this played out over, like, a 12-issue story arc where, like, there's stuff happening that they can't really figure out the glitches, and then builds up to this.
Maybe. But the notion that these 4 took out a senior member of the X-Men, no.
And Krakoa has not, in this iteration, has not been around that long.
No.
So when did they start?
Immediately, I guess. Immediately. I don't understand. And then that's the other thing is like, okay, so let's think of all the mutants that they could have gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty.
Yep.
I'd immediately go get Kitty Pryde. What are you going to do, shoot her? She's intangible. Oh, it's going to stop your powers. Not if it can't touch me.
Yeah.
That is my power. You can't touch me. Ha! Cecilia Reyes. You can't touch her. She's got a force field that she can't even control. The stuff just pops out at her. Storm. Magneto. I think Wolverine could have had, like, something.
Yeah.
Like, they shoot him, he falls on them, they die. Like,
yeah.
If Wolverine, oh, you broke my hips, so. Heal, I do. Like, that would have been him. They survived straight up concussive blast from Cyclops. Like literally lose their feet
Yeah.
on that blast right there. And then he starts picking them off individually. Pink, pink, pink. Yeah. Why he even okay, hold still out. Why? Dude, if you broke her hip, first of all, you did it on purpose.
Yeah.
You
Just own it.
You knew, like,
Yeah.
if she's an older woman and you shot her with enough force to possibly break a bone, hey,
You're on our island.
hey, you asked for this. I was just giving you what you asked for. Scott Summers. File it with management.
Yeah. The X-Men were pretty clear. Like, this is our stuff. You stay away from it. We give you good stuff. You do something, we jack your life up.
Period. Ain't nobody, like, aren't there supposed to be flowers that are not good for humans?
Mm-hmm.
So why don't they, like, throw them some of those?
Yeah.
Like, hey, eat this. This will help your hip. Oh, I died. I can't breathe. I mean, but no, I mean, this is the thing. Like, their minds are shielded somehow. That immediately sets things in a different protocol.
Yeah.
Totally different protocol. You came prepared for fighting, for war, if that's the case. I'm bringing as many people as I feel like.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Gateway. Especially when she elected that she wasn't going to fight him. Why did you stay? If you're not going to fight him, you leave with Gateway and you come back with reinforcements.
There's so many. And it's Emma. Like, especially. Like, Emma has the plans.
Go get Jean. Jean could stop him from afar. It's telekinesis, Kyle. Mind bullets. Bing, bing, bing. Dude, I've had my back and forth on this run. I have. But this...
It will.
They're like the geriatric wrecking crew. Like, that's what they are.
That's the next big conflict.
Because they went in and they whooped X-Men booty.
They did. Old and young.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter. I can't. This book is trash. Trash. T-Rash, okay? I'm so mad. Hey, you're right. Like, we don't do this. This is not our norm.
Yeah.
We don't poo-poo on books. But this one? Nah. It's a hard no for me, man. Sorry. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate all your support. We are going to have some changes coming up very soon. We were actually discussing this in mass, and we've got some really cool stuff planned for you guys. Total switch up from what our whole setup has been for this. But I think you guys are going to really like what we got. It ain't going to be this, though. Nope. T-Rash. If Jonathan Hickman wants out, Marvel, let him go.
No, let him keep running with it.
No.
No, I want to sell books. That's